Hi, it's me, and now your Thursday. And you're probably wondering why I have my tits out. Um, you must be thinking, yeah, he wants the attention. I do want the attention. I do want to be loved. I want people to watch me. However, this isn't the reason why I've got my breastage out. It's because Guy wanted to see my progress on how I was doing at the gym. So this is how I'm doing. I mean, Rome isn't built in a day, but I think it's okay. Um, why do I keep saying I guess it's kind of like movie week this week. Um, my favourite movies tend to be sci-fi, I think. There's Blade Runner, there's all the Alien movies, especially the second one. I like the third one because it was really grim, but everyone hates that. Um, Mean Girls and Heathers, those are my bitch flick movies. Heathers is way better than Mean Girls though, because it's kind of like the original. Um, well, it's not the original, but it's the original bitch flick. I love The Hours. That's the one with Nicole Kidman, Julianne Moore, and Meryl Streep, and it's all centered around a Virginia Woolf novel called Mrs. Dalloway. Um, it's how these women's lives are intersected by the novel. So, Nicole Kidman plays Virginia Woolf with a prosthetic nose, and she's writing the novel. And then there's Julianne Moore, who's a housewife in the 1950s, who's reading the novel and feeling a bit suicidal. Then there's Meryl Streep, who is like a modern day equivalent in character within the novel. So it's fun, but a bit depressing. Becky was talking about the lesbians she liked. Um, if I was a lesbian, Tegan and Sarah would be up there. Or is it Tegan and Sarah? I think Tegan and Sarah's right. Or Sarah and Tegan. Um, who else would I want as a lesbian? Liv Tyler, Winona Ryder, Mila Jovovich. Is there anyone else? I quite like Winona Ryder because she just looks like a really, really sort of effeminate boy. And that's not normally my type, but she kind of makes it work. So Winona Ryder would be right up there. I would just have to keep her on a leash when I was shopping. Not kidding. I don't understand the big deal about like that almost like crippled her career. I haven't really seen her much since that. It's always been like bit parts, and she was like a really, really big actress at the time. Save Winona. Um, and she was talking about the L word. Um, yeah, I really liked the L word, and I really liked the character of Shane because she was just like, well, a slut. Um, but I got really sort of wishy-washy towards the end. I mean, I think they cut the episodes down in the last season. Um, then one of the main characters died, but they never gave you a definitive answer of who killed her. It was just like all the characters were being interviewed by the police. And they also made a big deal about Lucy Lawless being in the season, and I think she was in it for the best part of 10 minutes, like the entire season. Um, that pissed me off. Um, I suppose the gay equivalent is Queer as Folk now. There's the American one. I don't think I fancied anyone in that at all. There was no one in that. I just felt like the guys were a bit bland, a bit cookie cutter, really boring. The characters that I liked in that were sort of Jewish Italian mother, Debbie. She was fun. Um, yeah, that was about it. And then the British equivalent, I think, is much better because that was written by Russell T Davies, who uh, reinvigorated the Doctor Who series, and it just has all these references to like popular culture. It makes you feel like you're in the real world. Like it references British soaps and it referenced Doctor Who. All these sort of staple images in British media. And the American ones didn't really do that. what they did was they made the sort of sci-fi anorak from the British season a comic book geek and American ones, but they didn't reference any American comic books. They made some bullshit one up called Captain Astro, and it just seemed really, really wanky. Um, so I had loads of issues with this sort of American one because it was just issue of the week, issue of the week, issue of the week, and it just felt, oh, what next? But it was good in the sense it was the first sort of primetime TV show in America that, well, sort of showed you gay sex. It showed you women and stuff. So that was fun. The same with the British one. The British one was like a really shock fest. There was people up in arms because like this older man was rimming like a 15-year-old. Yeah, they made him younger in the British one. I think they made him younger. He already was younger. But yeah. Also, embarrassing mothers. Just I'm on a chain of thought. The embarrassing mother in Queer Folk, or the sort of P flag mom. Um, do you guys ever have that moment where your mum just pries too much into your life and asks you really embarrassing things, or just things you really don't want to talk to your parents about? My mum, uh, every time she does this, which isn't often because I'm quite a private person actually. Surprise! Um, so when she's prying into my life, usually I try and freak her out. And the last time she was asking me something particularly embarrassing was, I turned around and I said to her, "Mum, do you know what water sports is?" And she just looked at me and she says, "No, is that like swimming?" I says, "It's when one person pisses on another in the context of sex." Well, she freaked out. She's like, "You better not be letting anyone do that to you. I didn't raise you to be doing that stuff." And just to fuck her head a wee bit more, I says, "God, Mum, you're so suburban." And she just gave me funny looks all day. I'm saving Felching for a later date just to like freak her out even more.